Years ago, when now my tomorrow's, since my baby is gonna be 20, so it's not my baby anymore, as he keeps telling me. But when the kids were little, we had a couple properties, especially one near Fort Hood, that had terrible fire ants and ants all the time. So I thought, what am I going to do? So I finally got creative. I went to a hardware store, got some colored stakes, and went around and marked all the ant hills with bad ants, or fire ants, in red, and other ants with different colors. I decided to create a symbiotic relationship with the ants. So this is what I did. Is I ran around and I found all the ant hills. Then I marked them with a flag, and this is a place that we got, the grass got tall pretty quick, so various stages sometimes I'd go through. Number one, I would run over the anthills with a riding mower when I was cutting the grass. And number two, just kind of avoided them in general and didn't cheese them off. And taught the kids to stay away from them. Then what I did, and I'll post some pictures later, is I mixed up a special garden soil with add a little compost on the bottom. So it gave them a little incentive to stay here. And this is actually, I traced where the ants are coming from for this situation. Because when Michael was smoking meat, the ants would come and attack his grilling process. So here I've taken and I've added some soil to their own anthill. So it gave them a little bit more stability. They've got some soil, topsoil. Then what we did is we planted in here some green beans. Hopefully pole beans. If not, any kind of beans are fine. The green beans, then you stake up a little bit. And if they're pole beans, that's even better, because you created tibia strings or sticks. And the ants kind of let you get close enough to work on the bean plants. But they just grow up, and the ants will actually have a place to farm and kind of occupy their time. There's the beans, which draws different insects and things like that, and they will harvest them, catch them, kill them, or like aphids, actually raise them like cattle on their bean plant colony. So it also adds to the roots of the beans, adds stability to their nesting area, so they have a tendency not to flee when it floods. They're just trying to go to highest ground as possible. And again, another reason for me to create sort of these little teepee stakes, several of them, for the vines to go across. But the ants will actually come up once they have these, and they sort of seek higher ground. And again, it helps them stay put and keeps them from invading me when they know a big storm is coming. Sometimes when there's going to be a colossal amount of flooding, or a hurricane, the ants will act highly unusual, and they will definitely try to seek high ground as possible, even if that's the highest cupboards in your house, because you live on the shore where a hurricane is going to hit. And there's some great flowering plants coming out here. Also, we did scatter around some wildflower seeds and some marigold seeds, but have yet to see any of those come up. I have seen some sprouts for some marigolds besides the morning glories. I've tossed here and there, but most of them are growing where no one can see them way back over there, of course. So this pretty much relies on rainfall. Every once in a while, I'll come over here and give it a little bit of water. Over here is my compost pit, which needs some work. It's already full. Michael likes to add a little bit of soil as well. I'm a bigger fan of dead leaves or some of my, I just like tossing in. I put paper and some other stuff in the compost. But, and I knew this was going to be need to be this way. We need to make the hole deeper. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it wider. Quite a bit wider. Maybe go back a little bit and over, make it wider, deeper on these two sides. Then we're going to construct this around it, and then eventually get some reinforced bar. And then I'm making this lid that literally just of wire that fits over the top and folds down. And when we need to add something, there'll be a hatch on it, and we just toss it in there. And then once it gets really full, we'll give the soil a turn. And when we have too tall of a pile, we'll harvest off the compost and give it a good dig and start from scratch again. And I see, woohoo, over here, I'm going to have to start looking. But the mushrooms are starting to come up. And these white, those I think are dogwood flowers. Or wild rose of Texas. And there's some yellow flowers over there. I have some identification books. I'm going to have to find that. That looks like holly. But there's another view. We were fixing the storage boards on the couch. They rotted away, so we're fixing those. They were made out of fiberboard. But hey, this is our little patio world. The container gardens. And when we don't have some construction materials out here, it looks not bad. So, everybody have a good day. Bye.